Well, since his name has been coming up everywhere, it probably was him. That's a very probably was. Where did you get the money for an extensive investment in property? I worked for it. I kept the money for a long time, but only recently decided to invest it. You took advantage of the chaos and your position. I brought several properties that were falling into decline, ones that nobody wanted to take care of. It's been rumoured in the streets for some time that Danton is corrupt. You could surely have taken advantage of your ministerial post. People of my stature and moral standing have no price that cannot be bought. Did you take advantage of ministerial post to purchase properties? I was a minister for a mere 2 months, if nothing else. The fact should make the accusation sound absurd. Thank you. Alright, and because we want to acquit him, I'm not asking the other questions, otherwise he'll get killed, and I need him on my side. Acquittal. Oh man, they're going to kill me. Going against Rossfear, I need him. Maybe we can gain some favour with them by doing small trials. Gole La Grace. 2 young men were seen throwing stones at windows at the convention. Stones landed in a room, were playing. Luckily they were not harmed. Well, if they weren't harmed, then I would legitimately let them go free anyway. Paid a manager of the municipal graveyard, Abel Crochet, for permission to dig up randomly chosen corpses and take it to the studio. Needed the body to pose for paying. I mean, whatever. That should get me out of risk of death, which is handy. Drunken Sevre Lebus jumped over a fence surrounding the warehouse from Cabernet the merchant. There's a shortcut on his way home. The area was guarded by dogs, chased away the intruder. Lebus jumped into a pile of goods, knocked over several vegetable containers. I shouldn't have done that, because now I'm back in risk of death, but better than we were. We were at absolute zero with them, now it's just very low. Did the defendant confess to the crime? No. Was the act counter-revolutionary in nature? Yes, but he didn't do it. According to the defendant, how much money the secret ministry was taken from him? He denied that such a fund exists, I think. How did the defendant explain his acquaintance with the Duke of York? He said they never met. Free to go, he is innocent. At least you know the meaning of the word loyalty. Rossfear is not going to like this. No, he's not going to like this, but he doesn't like what I'm coming for him for either. So I need Danton's help. Without Danton, I'll probably die. I already have a favour owed to me by Dinvale, so I don't need to go spend more time with him. So they don't really care about the trial. Let's go to the cafe with my son and father. Gets them closer to not being in the negative. I've almost got my family back on my side. I do miss having the younger son. That made it much easier. We take out the agent. Take out both agents. Damn it, they're already riding. I can't do anything about it. Well, in that case, I'm going to go here. Lower the crowds further. He can't get there yet, so we'll go here. Increase our influence. Next turn we'll be able to move across and put down the revolt. And he's stuck fighting, so back to the intrigue. Success, so Danton and Henriette's betrayal. Arresting Henriette. That will apparently happen tomorrow. Egalite. Day 13. Today we only had several minor cases to deal with. Awesome. So the aristocrats are low. Alright, cool. So, not too bad. Thanks to an anonymous informant, we discovered that Carol Venectia Names had been trying to persuade evil spirits to overthrow the new authorities. Among suspicious objects found in their apartment, books written in unknown languages and a variety of strange substances. Off with their heads. Paul Gustave de Guns forced their younger sister to sell her body off with his head. A prostitute was serving a range of high-rank guard officers, as well as at least one British agent who was already sentenced to death. We are sure that she was paid for whispering military secrets. Well, we don't really know that, so she can be acquitted. During the domestic dispute, 40-year-old August Rails went berserk. He attacked his elder sister. When their mother tried to intervene, he took a pan and hit the old woman in the head. She lost consciousness and died a few hours later. You killed your mother. You're getting executed. Vicar Julian Lardy has been beaten 3 children who were playing cards in the street. The accused claims they were playing War, a game that, in his opinion, triggered violence. You don't beat children for no reason, I'm sorry. A craftsman who produces wooden toys attacked with a metal rod. The victim of the sale of the product's crime, probably motivated by... Well, you can't set stores on fire, I'm sorry. You can't do that. I think I managed to just keep myself out of risk of death. Thank you. Okay. Let's see how the intrigue goes today. So go home. We need the family on side again. Viola concert? Yeah, we'll do that. Piss the father off a little bit. Hey! The son finally doesn't hate me again. Finally! Okay, those 2 districts are not going to riot. They might soon, though. That could be a problem. Inspection incoming in 3 days. Yeah, you need to go in there, quell the damn riots. You need to go here, and unfortunately he's fighting. But I need to put that down before it becomes a riot, but I might not get the chance. He's wounded, so he can't do anything. Alright, we're trying to keep the city under control. Wait, did we fail to arrest Henriette? Henriette escapes. Unfortunately, the old fox managed to elude the hunters. According to my sources, he's looking for members of the Paris Commune that are willing to join armed intervention against you. If he was once able to convince you to support him, he will surely succeed. We must react. Let David promise some of them great careers. Ramel has something on the members of the commune. We should use it to blackmail anyone willing to join Henriette. Use force. 40%. That's probably going to fail, and that's going to be dangerous. Damn it. Damn it. Day 14. In front of an entire room. This could be bad.
Citizens! Deputies!
Okay, yeah, use my influence to give me an idea. So we're going up against Rossphere here. Rossphere is a rabid dog. Aggression. He lost himself to the terror. Osphir joined the aristocrats in a scheme. Henriot is assembling an army for him. The convention must give permission for its own sake. Okay, so most of it was right.
Robespierre has lost touch with reality. If he was an honorable man, he would turn himself into the authorities. But he is a rabid dog, ready to defend himself at all costs, and indifferent to the number of people he causes to suffer.
True.
You both are like rabid dogs. One push is enough to make you bark and growl.
Okay,
Robespierre
manipulation.
told me once that terror is nothing other than justice, prompt, severe, inflexible. Do you understand? Such are his views. He sees no other option but flooding France in blood.
We all make mistakes. Robespierre is no different. We can still turn him.
You sure about that? Join the aristocrats in a scheme.
I have long been tracing a scheme among aristocrats led by Clement Renaud. The traitors want to re-establish monarchy in France. What's more, Robespierre is helping them. So I really cannot understand, my dear colleagues, why you'd want to give him a second chance.
Okay, that did work a little. Henriot is building an army for him.
I feel sorry for those poor people who fall for Henriot's pretty words. The commander is building an army that will march on the convention. Those miserable souls will die for his crimes.
Okay, good. I got it right, and then we already know aggression works here.
Only an imbecile would fail to know the army will begin with an attack on the convention. They must secure their precious positions.
The judge is right.
Yes! They're on my side. The speech was pretty good. Reputation, common folk, and revolutionaries all went up.
Who votes for the arrest of Robespierre?
Ooh, I convinced them. Uh-oh.
They are coming.
Big showdown of our people. Would have been good had we managed to arrest Henriot, because then he wouldn't be there to help them. Oh, we got cannons now, which means we can... The rest of the rows switch to defense. I think that would be a good idea. He used frontline assault, good. Let's put on the defense. Good, their cannons are gone before they could use them. That's exactly what we wanted. They might screw my front line though. I think again, I could use the cannons, because this time the cannons will fire at their front line. They're doing another frontal assault. Well, now they have no shooters. I was kind of hoping the cannons would fire at them, though. The rest of the row switch to defense. Still think entrenchment's the best way. They're just going to keep frontline assaulting. They got one guy. Why did my cannons not fire? Oh, crap. I didn't realize they couldn't fire at these guys. Against a defensive enemy. neutral. Ah, they're on defense. Crap! Should have done suppressive fire. I might actually not win here. This is not good. Ah, frontal assault. Okay, let's do that. We need the cannons to fire while we still have some protection for them. Oh, they did a frontal assault too. This is going to be bloody. Please kill a bunch of them. Good. Now I think we can win. I was a little worried there. Do it again. We'll finish them this time. I don't know why they have the judge leading the troops. Like, surely we have other soldiers that are loyal to us that can, you know, do this. We actually got Robespierre.
You lost Robespierre. The revolution has turned out to be too much for you.
Please just behead him, don't put him on trial. Oh, he's on trial, okay. He's not looking good. Cannot live with the burden of sin that I have committed unintentionally. There's something I need to tell you, Alexis. I was involved in little Frederick's death. I was approached by people who told me that my only son had been caught red-handed during an attempt desertion. Fidel, farewell, my friend. Raymond Devoy. Who's Devoy? I don't remember Devoy. Oh, Henriette died in that battle. I didn't realize that. He escaped from Paris. He ran off. Fell in battle. Who's Devoy? I don't actually know who it was. Alright, anyway. Robespierre. Counter-revolution and treason. We have him, the judge. We have Robespierre. Finally, we can try him for terror that he has brought upon us all. For all the accusations of treason, for his dictatorial inclinations. At a time when the new government was full of corrupt people, he earned the nickname Incorruptible. Nevertheless, France has paid the price in blood for his ideals. The law of 22 Pareil, which made it possible to sentence people without a trial, may have been proposed by Cothon, but it was via the authority of Robespierre that led it to the implementation. The defendant wanted to give himself the means to kill political opponents, a perfect tool that would prevent them from testifying in court. When Robespierre pointed at someone, they were as good as dead. Moreover, according to the rumour, Robespierre allegedly suggested, once while having dinner with Bertrand Bayer, that France could benefit from decimating its population, that only ruined and thinned out but ideologically pure society could rebuild France in the spirit of the revolution. Of course. Why would Robespierre, a man whose reputation was once irreproachable, engage in such atrocities? Dictatorship, le judge, is our accusation. We find no other logical explanation. The Incorruptible's desire to gain absolute power over France, which is equivalent to treason. After the defendant's arrest, we searched the city hall and found a seal engraved with Fleur de Lis, the main symbol of royalist power. Of course. I asked the accused, is he able to speak? I can't. Everyone here demands that in accordance with the law, we need only confirm his identity of the defendant to pass the trial sentence without a trial. But is that moral? Are you Maximilien Robespierre? Yes. We can now sentence him to death for the people. No, I would like to ask him a few questions, just because I want the jury on side. Why did you have this? You admit you were guilty of treason, beheading politicians who were hostile to your neighbouring countries? I cannot look at this traitor. I only served France, the people. Then why did you have the seal of the Fleur de Lis? Oh, that guy. I was too, because he's not there. What a bastard. Forged, not mine. He's lying. Which foreign ruler promised you the throne if you eliminate those politicians loyal to the revolution? I removed saboteurs like you. We'll remove his head. He's up to acquittal. We need to get him... So hang on. He has a desire to gain absolute power. That would be your motive, right? How did you long for absolute power? Never. And you've let it known for talking merciless measures against those who politics. Like here, politics. We're in court now. The court is ruled by times. Keep the fools thinking that. Give the bastard what he deserves. I know the law, Prosecutor Tenville. People are still calm. I'd like to still ask him a few more questions. So he wanted to decimate the population. That's messed up. Were the recent arrests a prelude to your decimation of the society? Gossip could never... What kind of man would think something like that? A monster. To destroy the nation and make place for those loyal to him is beyond terrible. Not me. Tens of thousands have left their blood on your hands. It is not gossip. You sought to destroy the entire nation. Did you push the Law 22 Pariah in the convention to allow mass murder of civilians? Hard to talk. It'll be even more difficult when they cut your head off. Not to murder. Why is the criminal and murderous law? For the good. He'll say it's for the... How good? I'll take his head off myself. Of France. Not yours. I love that I could acquit him. I could actually acquit him and the aristocrats would love it. That's kind of funny. It's not happening, but that's funny. Like, imagine if I didn't even give him a trial. I just, after all that, just acquit. Just let him go straight away. Nah, death. I know the aristocrats will turn on me, but they're always on the edge of doing that anyway. I finally got Rossvier, and he's going down. Did the defendant confess to the crime? What was he charged with again? Counter-revolutionary? I'm just going to say yes. Yes, it was counter-revolutionary. He claims it was falsified. Which it very well could have been, honestly. I wouldn't put it past other people in the commune to turn on him. And I will say it again, he is guilty. To the guillotine with him. The end of tyranny. Long live the judge. So yeah, he didn't confess. That's alright. We figured as much. We're taking Rossvier to his favourite guillotine. I don't even think there's need for a speech. Let's just skip it and go straight to beheading him. He didn't even speak. He's just done. We fed him to his own guillotine. Wait, what? The death of your mentor? Neighbours discovered the body of your mentor, Raymond. He was found hanging from the living room in his apartment. They testified Devoyer had left before dawn. He must have left the letters on your desk, then come back to commit suicide. The neighbours heard him crying. Loud sobs that stopped abruptly. His room was a mess, and there was a number of half-full glasses of wine and empty bottles, with witnesses saying that he had been drinking a lot lately. The person who introduced you to the world of law books, Claus as your mentor and friend, was involved in Frederick's death. And now, a different judge shall evaluate his life. Good. Glad he's dead. Visit Frederick's grave. Yeah, let's take the father and son out to visit the grave. And then my whole family will be at least a little happy with me. None of them will be overly mad. Which is the first, I think, since the younger son died. Ah, the riot's down. Very good. Oh, go away! I want to do the fervor. You're not going to let me do it, are you? Yeah, he did seem alright. But I didn't have much choice. Had to be dealt with. He's blocked. Oh yeah, because I can talk to them. Buy an agent for influence points. Yeah, it would actually be handy to have another agent. I'll do that. Oh, I was just buying my agent back. That's not what I thought I was doing, but okay. Go take out that bruiser and protect him. I've got the achievement, all debts are paid. What does that mean? Perfectly play out all intrigues. All intrigues? Convention chooses new members. Last year's time is over. Now the convention must choose new members for the Committee of Public Safety and deal with the chaos of the city. Your last speech was impressive, and you will surely be able to convince them that at least one more time, ultimate power is at your fingertips. I can't believe we took down Rosphere. I'm actually surprised. We are at the top. We climbed all the way. I miss this guy. I shouldn't have got him killed in the riots. I shouldn't have told him to stand his ground. He might have been helpful. Man, I so want to stop because I'm tired, but I'm also really interested in what's going to happen now. Rumors. You drunkard gambler. Yeah, whatever. They already knew that. Charles Etienne. Mutilation. In the evening, 2 hungry dogs of an unknown breed attacked a meat merchant. Citizen Corbrus at the market. She tried to chase them away from her goods with a stick, but failed to scare them. The dogs knocked her to the ground and attacked her. When they finally managed to escape, they had feasted over her leftover goods. The guard arrived after a few minutes, but the animals were already gone. Locals immediately pointed to an old house surrounded by a small park. We established that it was occupied by Gretin Thimbox, an elderly man who worked the night as a night watchman. We arrested Thimbox even though he refused to acknowledge the dogs, but unfortunately for him, the offender's animals returned home during the arrest. The soldiers tried to shoot the aggressive mutts, but they disappeared in the dark. Don't shoot the dogs. Let it be noted that the attacked woman's hand and face were severely bitten. We were a hair's breadth from a tragedy. Still pretty tragic. The dog that attacked the stallholder belong to you? No, they are not mine. Who do they belong to? My brother. Where is he now? He left some time ago and never came back. He probably fought somewhere and died. Did he ask you to take care of the dogs? We haven't taught much in recent years. One day he just left and that was that. Okay. So... hold on. So they tried to shoot the dogs? Where are the mongrels now? They're not mine. I don't know where they are. Then the soldiers started shooting and they shouldn't do it in the city. The dogs escaped. Then what? They brought me here in chains. This beast is still running around Paris. Do you think they could find your brother? I think he was killed and robbed. Do you even know what's going on in the city? You must have an idea where they were going. Show us some willingness to cooperate. They like to show up at the market and go to the fields in the outskirts of Paris. From time to time, they walk around Les Halles. Okay, so there's the leftover goods. Also the 2 hungry dogs. Then was it the old house or... Yeah, the old house. Alright. Do you live in a home surrounded by a garden? What does that have to do with the case? I was merely wondering how a watchman can afford to buy food for 2 dogs is able to maintain such a house. It's no palace. My father bought it many years back for a good price. He wanted to show off in front of my mother and let her live like a countess. Then what? Then we never had enough money to really maintain the place. We couldn't repair the roof, replace the old windows. The fence is also in ruins since the dog can escape through the hole. That's true, but do you know how much I would have to pay for that? What part of my salary? Why did you not sell the house? We couldn't do it while our father was alive. It would have broken his heart. And after his death? The house was already in ruins, like it still is. Who would buy it? I'm going to acquit him. I don't think he's guilty. It's his brother's dogs. It's not his fault. I'm going to let him go. Because if I ask those other questions, the jury will get mad if I don't kill him. Officer of Guard Barney Degard refused to chase the thief who had stolen a chest full of buns from the confectioner. Explained to the young man he had been shot in the knee with an arrow. Took an arrow to the knee, I see. That's fine, you don't have to chase criminals. Herbert Bennier told everyone in the neighbourhood that detachment of the guard had unlawfully beaten up his brother. We managed to establish that Pierre Brunet had assaulted the soldiers and that they had merely defended themselves. We also found out the culprit had already been punished. I'll acquit him because I don't think he deserves death for mere assault, but he shouldn't have done that. While his staff were preparing for battle, General Pierre Joffre visited his mistress in a tent. It is worth mentioning they were caught in the middle of sexual intercourse when they were surrounded. Delicacies so rare during wartime that even officers do not have access to them. Oh. I mean, I'm not going to kill him for having a mistress and looting a few things he probably shouldn't while he's at war. I mean, that happens. I didn't end up beheading anyone today. What a weird day. Did the defendant confess to the crime? No. Was it counter-revolutionary? No. How did he come into possession of the large house? Inherited it from his father? According to the testimony, what did the dogs do during the day? Stroll around Paris, I think. Well, that was a nice easy case, after the last few. You cannot be held accountable for someone else's dogs. I do not find you guilty. Right, and that woman mauled her own self. Well, I'm not denying that she was mauled. I'm just saying that's not his fault it happened. What's going on here? Ah.
Your eyes were never so empty.
The poor wife.
But today, I want you to be proud of me.
Uh-oh.
Come with me, Monsieur le Juge.
Monsieur le Juge. What's going on? Who turned on me?
Son!
Uh-oh.
Welcome, brother.
No, he's meant to be dead. I was
You were
told
in
he
the
was
dark
dead.
for so long.
No. He died as a soldier.
Is that really you? How is it even possible?
You were told what you were supposed to think.
What?
I had to die as our father's favorite son so that I could be born again. While you have been leading a comfortable domestic life, I was crawling in the mud of a battlefield.
We all thought you were dead.
It was much easier that way, wasn't it? I was dead and have been through hell.
I didn't know.
Tell Henri abandoned me. Every door closed at the mere sound of my name. That was when hell reached for me. I enrolled in the army, hoping for a noble death. Instead, I was captured, taken, and I suffered.
Oh.
The enemies played a game of dice with me. If I won, I would be free. But for each round I lost, I would also lose a hand.
Oof.
I won the first one, but the second, I was able to escape, then started planning my revenge on our family, our father. On everyone who had disowned me.
Revenge? On us? You should lay the blame on Clement Renard. He was the one to...
I blame you all. Father, you, France.
You want to hurt your own family?
You disowned me, as God disowned Cain. Father abandoned his own son, and you did not even try to defend me.
I was young.
Now you are an adult, and our father will watch your fall from grace as far down as you can go.
Ah, God.
He will eventually abandon you, as he did me. I have realized that death will not hurt him as much as watching his other son reach the bottom and become a villain too. And you did extremely well. You destroyed them.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. How am I responsible?
The Roland. Pash and his daughter.
Yeah, I killed a lot of people.
Gobel and his bastard son. And now, Robespierre. You did everything according to my plan. All I needed to do was awaken your desire for power.
I don't like where this is going.
I made sure that you would fall with me, right before Father's eyes. Now, he will see that we are equal.
Was my son's death also part of your plan?
I executed him through the hands of Renard and your beloved mentor.
That's messed up.
I visited him and made him believe the story of his imprisoned son. Then he also became one of us, a villain.
Probably.
He helped me to kill your child in order to save his own. See, I needed my own revolution. A place for people you call criminals, because they do not fit in your society. I lead an army of outcasts in Paris.
Alright. See you later.
An army of the sons and daughters left behind after you decapitated their mothers. People who have lost everything because of the revolution were expelled, forced to move to a foreign land.
To think I was worried about Napoleon coming back.
In a few days, we will attack Paris and build a new home on its ruins. A place where a father will always keep an eye on both his sons.
Are you insane?
Wait until you hear what I intend to do with your second son.
Of course.
He's not done anything.
He must pay for the sins of his father. Everyone must. Just as I paid for the cowardice of ours. He will play 2 rounds of dice. Each round you lose, he will lose a hand.
Now that's messed up.
That is the same price I had to pay. And now it's your son's turn. The price is suitable for the sins you are guilty of. You have killed every person that would be brave enough to face me. Thank you.
Crap. Maybe there was reason to keep Robespierre alive and some of the others. Oh no, now RNG is really going to punish me. It's a little better. Still a really bad roll. He's gonna take his hand. Still not rolling well. It could be weighted dice, yeah, you are
The blood
right.
is on your hands, not mine. I won again.
Save my reroll. I'm not gonna win, I can just tell. That's actually not bad. But this is my last one, so I might as well use it. Oh, I made it worse. Oh, it wasn't my last one. I could have saved it for this. He's already won. Well, he loses at least one hand. Oh god.
You think that you know what it means to suffer. Wait until I show you.
Okay, that's a good roll. Wait, do I only get... Did I use all my rerolls for both games? Oh, shit. I think I did. I didn't know that. I might not have used them so fast if I'd realised they were for the next game too.
You will fail and break our father's heart. Only then will my revenge be complete.
I just have to win off pure RNG, and I don't think I will. Although this game is a lot closer, weirdly. I need a very high roll here. It's not a bad one. Hopefully he rolls bad, and my son might get to keep one hand. He gets to keep one hand. That's something.
We settled the first score. But that is not all I have prepared for you. Far from it.
I don't like this guy. He's gonna cut off one of his hands.
Ramel, my friend. He saved me. He saved my son. But he could not save what was already broken into a million pieces. Her eyes were not empty.
Uh-oh.
Her eyes.
This whole time. No way I could have known. He was the one that mutilated him. He ordered his thugs to do it. He raised a monster, damn right he did. I don't think he did anything to her. I think she's just upset because, again, I got the first son killed, and now I just got my other one mutilated. I think she's more just mad at me. He will not stop hurting us unless I do. I must kill him. I'm not going to defend someone who has reached from the bottom for a second time. There is only darkness in his life. We just need to stick together. True enemy. Oh, he's happy because I stood up to him. He's not happy he's got mutilated, understandable. Probably. So that district won't riot now. I keep losing influence in districts. Are our wounds fixed yet? He's blocked. Your brother's army will arrive in 4 days. Oh, you serious? 4 days? That's not long. Oh, yeah, put down the fervor, because they're about to riot. Go here and get me some influence. 89%. Not much I can really do about it. Oh. So I look at the hierarchy now, it doesn't even matter, it's just him. Yeah. This is not good. I really want to stop because I'm so tired, but he's going to attack in 4 days. You know what? I am going to stop here. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop there so that next time I stream we can do this. Could have saved your agent. I could have. Well, that was insanity. Wasn't expecting to bring down Rossphere or have my brother alive and him turn out to be the villain. That's not at all expected. But, yeah, thanks for coming by. I'm going to stream again, not tomorrow, the next day I'll stream again. It's on the Thursday. And, yeah, I'm going to try and edit these into somewhat of a useful video. A game about a judge is full of intrigue. I mean, it is the French Revolution. I'm going to try and edit this down into some form of video. Hey people, good to see that some of you made it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this content, there should be much more like it on my channel. Feel free to subscribe to see some more. Check out some of my links in the description. I stream on Twitch 3-4 days a week. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put some links for some other videos on the screen that you can enjoy now. See you all in the next one, I hope.